Hey there. So this is second tutorial, and in this video I'm going to explain you how you can manage users and how you can set the roles, assign groups, and manage permissions. So I'm logged into my JIRA dashboard as a administrator, and I'm going to create a new user from the admin dashboard panel. Here you can check the link create new users. Okay, so in new tab I will have this link open. If you have noticed that on my local system the performance for the JIRA is a bit slow here, but if you have purchased a subscription online, then you may find it much faster response from JIRA. Whenever you want to create something that requires privileges, you will be asked for login. Right now it is asking me for the password, and I'll have been given access here to the new user, and there is one more note flashing at the top. You have temporary access to the administrative functions. Stop access if you no longer require it. So just ignore that if you are admin. So I'm creating new user as user1. His password will be 1234 and 1234. Full name user1, and email will be user1 at dispostable.com. Send notification email. No, I don't want it, so I will just create it. Okay, so user1 is created here. So we have two users, one is admin and another is normal user. So let's say if I want to manage the group or project roles, where I should look for, when we go to users tab and view all users, we get options for managing each user. You can set their groups, project roles, you can edit their access levels and also delete them. So let's see what are some groups for them. If I want to switch to JIRA administrator and JIRA developer, all I have to do is just select that and click on join. So let me add this user to JIRA developers. So this user will be also part of JIRA users and JIRA developers. And right now I am part of three groups: JIRA administrators, developers, and users. We can assign project roles. Okay, so there are currently no project role assigned to this user, so let's create that later. Now we'll also take a look at what we are allowed to edit. Okay, so we are allowed to edit the full name and email. Once we create users and the second time the user changes his username and password, we won't be able to create that password for him, nor we can change the existing password for him. At the best, we can drop that user and ask him to sign up again, or we can create that for him. Okay, so this menu at the top gives us access to users, groups, roles, then permissions, user preference, user server, user directories, and filters and dashboard. So we'll start with groups because we have already seen users. Okay, so these are the groups: JIRA administrative, developers, and users. We can also create another one as testers. Add group. Okay, so the testers is added here. You can also delete existing groups, also add and edit members. Okay, so add the users to testers group. Now we can also add user 1, and once added it will be shown here. Okay, so that's how groups are managed. Next we will check roles. For roles we have to create a project. Since we have not created a project, we will skip this for now. Still, we can use administrator, developers, and users as existing roles, and we can also check how much they have worked or how much they have operated on project by using view usage. So let's check admin. You can add new project role as testers. Test the project tasks and product. Okay, view usage. So how much is the involvement is here. Associated projects none, project roles none. Okay, so let's close this. Now the testers are also included here. Test the project task and products. You can even add and remove members. Default member should be our administrator. Default users, okay, now click on add. It should add. Okay, so our user is already added here. You can also remove here by selecting this checkbox and then click on remove. Okay, now let's check the next one, which is global permissions. Global permissions are given only to the administrator or project manager. So unless you are administrator or project manager, make sure you are not setting all the permissions to a normal user. Set them to users or at the max developers. You can select permission like system administration, administrator, users, browse users, create share objects, manage group filter submissions, and bug change. Most of the issue tracking and bug reporting usage will be restricted to JIRA users, and rest of the small tasks like browse users, create shared objects, manage group filter submissions, and bug change. In the right side you have seen here is which groups are already part of this. Like JIRA users group is allowed to bug change. Developers are allowed to manage filter subscriptions. JIRA users can create shared objects, and then JIRA developers can browse the users. So likewise, permissions on the left side and the groups that are allowed to use them are on the right side. Okay, next will be user preferences. So these are the default preferences, like what should be the email, text or HTML, number of issues to show on navigation page 50, whether to allow notification of changes, yes, default sharing for file and dashboard, yes, and it is set to private. Okay, so next we will check is JIRA user server. Okay, so if we are using applications that are integrated with JIRA, then we can manage those applications here and allow authentication IP wise and set its operation levels on this page. So as this is advanced, I will skip this for now, and next is user directories. Okay, the table below shows the user directories currently configured for JIRA. So these directories are internal because we are storing the database internally, so user directories are also internal, and we can edit the operations here, also add new directory. Unless you know what you're doing, I suggest leaving this part to system administrator. Then we have shared filters and shared dashboards. Let's check what are shared filters. Okay, we have here search options where we can search for filters, like let's say if we are searching for the user and role assign or task assign, then these shared filters help us search within groups and their roles. So right now we don't have project set, so we will skip this one as well. Let's check shared dashboard. Like shared filters, this one also does the similar work, but it allows us to find and modify dashboard within a particular user group and role. So the more user we add, we will be able to work on this one. So let's come back to our system dashboard. I hope you have learned how to manage user groups, then assign the roles, also create a new user. So this is pretty much our introduction on JIRA user management, and I hope this tutorial helped. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, bye.